Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Alvin. Yes. I'm here to see Mama Aida, Kesho, and to continue mourning with them the lost departure of our brother.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the video clip that we have begun with, that is the video clip of one Right Honorable former Vice President, Senior Counsel, Kalonzo Musyoka, today touching down in Kisumu International Airport as he prepares tomorrow to visit the graveside of the late Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga in Bondo, Kajaramogi, Opoda Farm. Now, there's something very critical in the move that Kalonzo Musyoka is pulling. I should remind you that it's not only Kalonzo Musyoka that will be visiting Mama Ida Odinga tomorrow. Kalonzo Musyoka, Rigathi Gachagua, Martha Karua, and some of the other principals within the United Opposition, including Justin Muturi, Eugene Wamalwa, will be accompanying Kalonzo Musyoka tomorrow to visit and pay their last respect to the fallen hero Raila Amolo Odinga. Now, I should remind you that a few weeks ago, after the burial of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, the ODM party, led by Gladys Wanga, pulled a stunt to try and prevent Rigathi Gachagua from visiting Raila Amolo Odinga's grave, something that the Odinga family took it as a personal insult to the legacy of the late Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. And that is why they waived all the ones that Gladys Wanga and the ODM party had put on Rigathi Gachagua, barring him from ever visiting Raila Amolo Odinga's grave. Remember today, in Omabe Raila Amolo Odinga Stadium, Gladys Wanga held the memorial of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, where most of the ODM party delegates convened at Raila Amolo Odinga Stadium to pay their last respect. I tell you, this was a move to try and prove that Gladys Wanga is currently the heir to the throne of Raila Amolo Odinga in the Luo Nyanza politics. And I tell you also that the move that was pulled by Gladys Wanga to try and prevent Rigathi Gachagua from visiting Bondo was not Gladys Wanga's ideology. That was an ideology that was crafted by people like Oscar Sudi, Farouk Kibet, and President William Ruto, because they know if Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, Justin Muturi, Martha Karua, all the United Opposition principals together pull up at Raila Amolo Odinga's grave, it will be a great setback to William Ruto in what he is trying to achieve in the Luo Nyanza to accommodate Raila Amolo Odinga's strongholds to vote for him in the year 2027. But I tell you, they have sat down, led by Rigathi Gachagua, crafted a way to actually capitalize on whatever William Ruto has said in the recent past against the death of Raila Amolo Odinga. And that is why I'm telling you, this move by Kalonzo Musyoka to visit Raila Amolo Odinga's grave tomorrow is something that will be very big and detrimental to William Ruto. And I dare tell you that tomorrow, Gladys Wanga and John Badi will be mobilizing goons to try and hijack the visit of Kalonzo Musyoka, Rigathi Gachagua, and other United principals at Raila Amolo Odinga's grave. The reason they will be doing this is because they know what Kalonzo Musyoka is right now in the Luo Nyanza. Kalonzo Musyoka is the only candidate that is credible enough to win Raila Amolo Odinga's supporters' trust, because he stood with Raila Amolo Odinga for so long, from the year 2013, 2017, and the year 2022. Kalonzo Musyoka has stood beside Raila Amolo Odinga 2 times as his running mate in the general election. So the people of Luo Nyanza love Kalonzo Musyoka. They actually subscribe to the ideologies of Kalonzo Musyoka, because what Kalonzo Musyoka stands for is what Raila Amolo Odinga stood for. So tomorrow, it will be detrimental to William Ruto. And allow me to remind you that William Ruto was even meant to visit Raila Amolo Odinga's grave, but he pulled back after Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta spent 2 days in Bondo with the Raila Amolo Odinga family, trying to share with them what he and Raila Amolo Odinga had in store for the people of the Republic of Kenya. After that, there came the visit from Fred Matiang'i, and that actually made William Ruto pull back. Remember, the reason I'm telling you William Ruto was meant to visit Raila Amolo Odinga's grave? Ruto, in the past 1 week, he has had he had the visit in the western region of Kenya, where he visited Malaba. He was in Busia. Remember, he was also in Kakamega. Remember, William Ruto, remember Busia and Kakamega, they are just next to Siaya and the Luo Nyanza region, where you would have just gone there, visited Mama Ida, and you know William Ruto can never fail to share a visit to Raila Amolo Odinga's grave. But he had to pull back because he knew the crowd was hostile. He realized that during the Raila Amolo Odinga's burial, where people never celebrated him, but they greatly celebrated Kalonzo Musyoka and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Babu Owino. So tomorrow, Kalonzo Musyoka is going to pull a masterclass of politics on William Ruto. And I tell you, they are starting to feel the heat. When William Ruto said that it was only Raila Amolo Odinga that could take on him in the general election and Raila was dead, so he had no competitor, the ODM people felt that as an insult to the death of Raila Amolo Odinga. So that is why William Ruto pulled back and never visited Raila Amolo Odinga's grave, because it seemed that he was celebrating the death of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. And so, Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka have capitalized on that. And that is why tomorrow, they are pulling up at Mama Ida Odinga's home. They are going to pay their last respect. And William Ruto is in for a treat, because Kalonzo Musyoka is loved not only by the people of Ukambani, Mount Kenya. Kalonzo Musyoka is loved by the people of the Luo Nyanza region. The reason he is loved is because his loyalty to Raila Amolo Odinga was never deterred. His loyalty to the ambitions they shared with Raila Amolo Odinga for over 2 decades was never deterred. Kalonzo Musyoka has been the brother to Raila Amolo Odinga in walking the path to the presidency for so long. Nobody has shared that path with Raila Amolo Odinga than Kalonzo Musyoka did. And that is why Kalonzo Musyoka will be highly celebrated and welcomed in Oponda Farm tomorrow. William Ruto is not ready in what is going to unfold. And adding icing on the cake, Rigathi Gachagua will be there. And Gachagua will be given an opportunity to speak. It doesn't matter whether what they planned, the ODM minions under William Ruto's paycheck, what they planned to turn the narrative and spin the narrative towards blaming Rigathi Gachagua as the man that is currently in celebratory mode after Raila Amolo Odinga's death. Everybody saw who is celebrating Raila's death after the statement that was made by William Ruto in Malaba. Ladies and gentlemen, it is about to go down. I'm just imagining on how Akina Farouk Kibet will react to the visit of Kalonzo tomorrow and Rigathi Gachagua pulling up in Oponda Farm to pay their last respect to Raila Amolo Odinga. Leave your comment on the comment section on what you think this visit will be tomorrow. Subscribe. This is the Kenyan Daily Report.